How's it going, guys? This is Jacob with H.I.T with another video, and today is October 5th, 2025. We're going to be doing chest and back. So to start off with here, we're going to do a set of incline pectoral flies followed immediately by a set of incline bench press. We just recently, this workout, started doing the incline bench press again after the incline pectoral flies instead of flat bench press. We used to do incline bench press after the flies, and I quit doing that for a while just to change it up a little bit. But I was watching something with Dorian Yates, and he was saying just how dangerous flat bench press can be, so I figured I'd go ahead and switch it up to incline bench press again, which is what we're going to use when we're going to our muscle building phase. Right now we're still in a deficit, so just doing incline pectoral flies here, slow and controlled throughout the movement, and then we'll move right into the bench press. We're shooting for 6 to 10 reps to failure on these flies, and then 1 to 3 reps to failure on the bench press. Each set we do today and always is to failure, and it's just 1 set per exercise. Of course, I do some warm-up sets, which I didn't include in this video. I have in the last couple, but I didn't in this one, just to save on time a little bit for the video. But if you're wondering, for chest, I just warmed up with a few sets of incline bench press, maybe 3 to 4 sets. And so we just hit failure there on our pectoral flies. We'll move right into the incline bench press. After we complete this, then we got 1 more set for chest, and that'll do it. It'll be incline bench press rest pause set. But here we go. We're going to get 2 reps here. Same thing, controlled throughout the movement. Just shooting for 1 to 3 reps, and we got 2, so we're in good shape. It looked like I could get 3 at the end maybe, but couldn't. And so that'll do it for the first 2 sets for chest. And here in a second we'll move on to the final set for chest, which will be rest pause set of incline bench press. Eventually we're going to start doing decline bench press when we go to our muscle building phase, but that's for another video. Now we'll move on to the rest pause set. And we're back. This will be the last set for chest. Incline bench press rest pause set. So idea here is pick a weight that you can do approximately 1 rep with. I probably should have went up in weight a little bit here, but it's alright. We still went to failure, but you pick a weight you can do 1 rep with, and you go slow and controlled throughout the movement. Really focus on the target muscle group. You do 1 rep, you rack the weight, and then you see me looking at my watch there. I'll wait 10 seconds, go for another rep, and we just keep repeating that until we reach failure. And you're shooting for 4 to 6 reps, which here I can't remember how many I get, but I think I go past 6, which is, it's okay. We just have to make an adjustment on the next workout, or maybe not, since we're eating in a deficit. But looking to just maintain muscle here. And I took a 5-day rest last week between lifts. So the first workout we did after the 5-day rest was legs and abs. This is the second workout, and I really needed that 5-day rest because both workouts have produced the results I've wanted them to. Haven't went up in weight, but haven't went down, so I got a little bit of strength back that I was missing. So we're on the right track. Once we complete this rest pause set, we'll move on to our back exercises. The first one will be dumbbell pullover, and yeah, be one set to failure like always. Should be getting pretty close to reaching a point of failure. Looks like I was struggling on that last rep there. We'll see what we got left in the tank. Maybe one more. Nope, that's gonna do it. Reach the point of failure. That's all we need to do. Now we'll move into our back exercises. And we're back with the first back exercise. It's going to be dumbbell pullover. And just like with chest, I did a couple of warm-up sets for the back, but I didn't include it in the video. I did about 3 sets of H.I.T rows to warm the back up. And then now each set we take will be to a point of failure until we get to the good mornings. Then I'll do about 3 warm-up sets of the good mornings, 2 to 3, which I'm not going to include in the video, but that's just to get the lower back warmed up a little bit and try to get the technique good for the good mornings. Now we're laying long ways with the bench, along with the bench here for these dumbbell pullovers, but Dorian Yates seems to recommend going across the bench perpendicular, and I think when we start going into our muscle building phase we might try to do that because that's just what he recommends, and I really trust what Dorian's got to say. So a few things we've changed up over the workouts to be in line with what Dorian says, and I haven't been disappointed yet, so we might try to switch this up a little bit. But right now we're just going with what we know, not looking to build any muscle, just maintaining. And yep, there we go, point of failure. That's it. Move on to the next one. Be close grip, palms up, chins, body weight. So it'll be the second workout or exercise for back. Close grip, palms up, chins. I'm going to use some wrist straps so that way my grip doesn't fail before my lats do. So the lat pullovers, or the dumbbell pullovers rather, those are more of an isolation exercise for the lats. And this right here, these close grip, palms up, chins, are a compound exercise for the lats. So you're engaging the lats and your biceps. So the idea is you do an isolation exercise and then you move on to a compound exercise, so that whenever you reach a point of failure in your target muscle group, which for here is the lats, once you reach that point of failure, do the isolation exercise and then you move on to the compound exercise, you've got another muscle group to help you reach a point of failure again, and maybe go a little bit beyond, which in this case is the biceps helping the lats. And we'll just slow and controlled on the way up and down, controlling everything. And I believe we've reached 6 reps here. Once we complete this, we'll move on to H.I.T rows, which will be a rest pause set just like our incline bench press set. that's going to do it. Reach the point of failure. No need to go anymore. Alright guys, just a few more sets for the back. After this we'll have 2 sets, which will be dumbbell shrugs and good mornings. But on this particular exercise I should have went up in weight, because I get 11 to 12 reps somewhere in there. And just like with the incline bench press, when you're talking rest pause set, you're looking for 4 to 6 reps. But the main thing is we went to a point of failure, so that's the main thing. That's the single most important part of each one of these workouts every time, is to at least reach a point of positive muscular failure. And so you can see here, these are unlike the traditional barbell rows where your back is flat and parallel to the ground. With these rows, which they're called H.I.T rows because they're Dorian Yates made them popular, but so you want to lean the back forward a little bit, which looking at this video I probably should have leaned forward a little more, had a little bit more of an angle. But anyway, you lean the back forward a little bit, and instead of being flat with the ground or parallel to the ground, and you just drive up with your elbows, like kind of like a barbell row. But what Dorian says is this puts the back in, the lower back, in a stronger position. And sometimes with this exercise, and then same thing with rear delt exercise, sometimes you will need to use a little bit of oomph to get the weight up, just because of the physics of the exercise. But I really tried to focus on locking the back in, so I do it like in a deadlift fashion, getting the weight up straight with my back straight, and then when I lean forward is whenever I lock the weight in. So straight up, lean forward a little bit, lock my back in, arch my back a little bit. That's another thing that Dorian says is in order to fully engage the lats, you need to have a little bit of an arch in your back to get the biggest stretch, so full range of motion, which is what you're looking for in each and every exercise that you do, unless you're doing like partial reps, which we don't really get into too much. I have in the past, I'll pepper them in here and there, but when you're talking about just wanting to maintain muscle, we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to do negatives really too much. Don't want to do static holds too much. You know, we'll do that stuff whenever we go into our muscle building phase, but right now with just maintaining, we want to go to a point of positive failure. And you'll see here in a few reps I'll start kneeling on the ground a little bit after each rep, because my lower back was starting to bother me a little bit, and I didn't want my lower back to be the determining factor whenever I terminated the set. So I'd kneel a little bit, pick the weight up again, lift it, and then kneel again, pick the weight up and lift it, just enough to give my lower back a little bit of a break. But like I said, I should have went up in weight a little bit here, but it's all good. I don't think we hurt anything by doing what we did. Should be just about done, I'm thinking. It's a particularly long set here. Yep. Reached a point of failure. Now we'll move on to dumbbell shrugs, Dorian Yates style. Alright. This will be almost the last set, but not quite. This is going to be dumbbell shrugs And when we were doing the Yates rows, I mentioned that these were Dorian Yates style shrugs. So in the past we were doing shrugs with dumbbells and we were just lifting the weight straight up and down, but I ran across a video of Dorian Yates saying when you're doing the shrugs, instead of just lifting straight up and down, you pull back as you're going up. And so this is the second workout I believe that we've started doing that, and I'm not disappointed, but I run across these little things here and there every once in a while from Dorian and try to implement them in my workouts, and they seem to have the desired effect. So we'll keep looking out for those little tips and tricks there. But so we got 10 reps here on this exercise. I think we had fewer reps last time, which is odd that we went up in reps here, but I'm not going to complain. But so we just reached a point of positive failure on those, so we're going to move on to good mornings now, one set to failure. Here we go with the last set of the workout. It's going to be good mornings. We've got 90 pounds here, so 45-pound bar plus another 45 pounds total with the weights. And I think we get around 10 reps here, but I think my technique with the good mornings is getting a little better, which is a good thing. I try to lock my knees into place and just hinge at the hips. I think I did a fairly good job of doing that on this set of good mornings. The bar is supposed to rest against the rear delts instead of in like a squat fashion where it rests more on the upper part of the back. This is more resting on the lower part of the upper back. But one thing I could do is maybe try to keep my back a little straighter as I go up and down. But the thing here is we're trying to work the lower back and the posterior chain. I may start doing these with a decline. I would like to, where my feet are in a fixed position. Maybe I can figure out how to do it on my bench on the boat. Since I got the decline attachment, they say you can do them with those, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, in the meantime, we're just going to keep doing it like this and fix our technique as we go along. And we're not doing a whole lot of weight here because we're still working on the technique, but we've been going up in weight every time we do the workout, so that's a good thing. Anyway, this video is about over. This is the last set of the back workout, chest and back workout. And so before I get cut off here, I'll go ahead and do an outro. This has been Jacob with H.I.T. YouTube is H.I.T 98, TikTok is H.I.T. If you guys like the video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And for high intensity training workouts, which is what we do, just keep following along. Go to the channel purpose video on each one of those social media platforms, and please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.